Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. This is Ravindra Dastikop welcoming you all for my webinar on Aadhaar. It's an introduction provided by me regarding the Aadhaar applications and Aadhaar technology itself. In today's, I'll be talking briefly about the following things. Why do we need Aadhaar? So in order to establish a system like Aadhaar, we need to justify its use. So that is what will be done in the first part of the session. Thereafter, I will be explaining what is Aadhaar and what are its features. Followed by that, Aadhaar as a technology platform. Aadhaar is not one product or one solution. It is a platform on which certain many other things can be built. That I will be explaining. Then I will be talking about what is Aadhaar authentication. See, the Aadhaar is intended to verify the individual identities. So the process of identifying the verification details of an individual using Aadhaar is called authentication. That I will be covering. Thereafter, how government and other institutions are using this Aadhaar authentication process for different purposes. Thereafter, I'll be talking about Aadhaar architecture and application. Aadhaar is an engineering product. So for that reason, it has an architecture. So because it has an architecture, while Aadhaar authentication process is done, it also helps other institutions to take advantage of that. That I will be explaining. Then Aadhaar is a software product. That means it has a hardware and a software which enables it to run its operations. That I will be identifying and showing you. Finally, there is a criticism against Aadhaar for a couple of reasons that I will be listing. Then I will make a conclusion. So the first and foremost question that I would like to answer is why Aadhaar? See, identity is an essential aspect of our modern life. See, we live in a society of organization. What it actually means is whenever a child is born, he is born in a hospital, and hospital is an organization. So we bring that kid back to our home in an apartment, which is actually again a society which has built that apartment. That society itself is an organization. When the kid goes to school, it uses bus and other transportation services which are offered by other organizations. So every time we will be interacting with organization, and each organization has members. For example, hospital has doctors and nurses, schools have students and faculty, bus companies have employees. So in order to identify these members, they have some scheme called identification scheme. So each member has an identity document. For example, a student in my college has a college ID, and a traveler will have a passport, and a driver will have a driving license. So that means these memberships is actually given and identified by certain documents which called identity documents. No one identity document is common to all. For example, there may be a person who is having driving license, but he may not be having election card. There may be another person who is having a ration card and may not have a passport. So in India, the problem until Aadhaar came was that there was no one common document, identification document, which can be found in all the people, and that was causing a lot of problem, and Aadhaar was a solution. So the way every institution has an identity card, for example student identity card or employee identity card, we need one identity card for the whole nation. So that is what Aadhaar is doing all about. So let me explain. See, the need for Aadhaar project arose after the discovery of fake and duplicate records and non-existent beneficiaries in government's welfare scheme for underprivileged. So the Indian government, under its social sector services, offer many things. For example, it gives ration card and BPL card so that it can sell food items at a subsidized price. But the problem was that there were a lot many duplicate ration cards. There were many duplicate BPL cards. This was causing a lot of leakage of the government funding for such attempts or such welfare schemes. So this was the reason why the Indian government wanted to bring out a unique identification card for everybody in India. This was mainly due to the poor attempts at verification of demographic and biometric information. That means probably you have heard many a times actually, there even after the death of a person, many people were taking in many instances where actually his pension was paid to the some other person, and there was kind of a ghost accounts where actually the person doesn't exist, but there is an Aadhaar card in his there is a ration card in his name. In order to overcome this kind of a problem, the Aadhaar was created. So the whole purpose of Aadhaar was to create a unique identity for each individual, and that is actually what is Aadhaar? Aadhaar is a project. It is done by what is known as UID, Unique Identification Authority of India. which is an initiative rolled out by the government of India, under which a unique number is provided to every Indian citizen for identification. So, for example, we already had identification like say passport, ration card, election card, and all, but they were not sufficient to meet all the requirements for a simple reason that say, for example, card cannot be held by all people, because unless you are 18 years, you don't get a election card. Similarly, ration card is was for a family, not for an individual. Similarly, driving license only for a person who was passed that examination of RTO, without which. So now we wanted a card which can be given to each and everybody. The number can help citizens to avail services and benefit other requirements. For example, now he can go to a BPL shop and avail the subsidized prices, or he can go to a transportation company and register using that the Aadhaar card, or he can go to a bank and open an account. So these are the intended uses of Aadhaar card. So far, more than 100 crore cards have been issued in India. So now about 100 million, 100 crore people have Aadhaar card. So let me summarize. Aadhaar is a unique number given to each person. The reason is it can be used to verify the credentials. For example, his address, his name, his age, and other attributes which belong to him. So now let me explain what does actually Aadhaar consist of. Aadhaar is a 12-digit individual identification number issued by the Unique Identification Authority of India on behalf of the Government of India. So it's a government issued document, so it has a validity throughout India. This number will serve as a proof of identity and address anywhere in India. So that means if that card is available, Aadhaar card is available, but whatever the information that verify on this is valid throughout India. Aadhaar letter received via India Post and e-Aadhaar downloaded from the UIDAI websites are equally valid. So it's a 12-digit number. Then you may ask why it has been fixed for 12 digit. See, now already we have more than a billion population. So in order to accommodate the future generation and the people are going to be take birth in the years to come, Aadhaar has decided to use 12-digit number so that it can be served for some more centuries to come. So Aadhaar is a single biometric ID for all Indian citizens. So it is for Indians and every Indian resident will get. Each individual needs to enroll only once, which is free of cost. So in order to get this card, there is a process called enrollment. So this is established by government, different centers. You have to go there and do it only once. Each Aadhaar number will be unique to an individual and will remain valid for life. So this is also an important thing to be noted. See, all other documents, they have a validity. For example, if you have a ration card and if you move from say Mumbai to Delhi, then that ration card is not valid until unless you renew it or you change it. Similarly, if you have a driving license or a passport, they have a expiry dates. So Aadhaar is not like once Aadhaar is given to you, it is valid for the lifetime. Aadhaar number will help to provide access to services like banking, mobile phone connections, and other government and non-government services in due course. This was done, but now is already done. For example, if you want a mobile connection today, you can always give your Aadhaar card as proof of identity and address. So this is what actually Aadhaar information looks like. So on the left side, you see an Aadhaar card given to an individual. So this is actually identifies this unique person who has submitted the following information to the Aadhaar authorities. One is his fingerprints, all 10 fingerprints. Then the right side is iris and his demographic details such as his name, gender, date of birth, age, address, mobile and email. So this is actually stored in what is known as CIDR, that is Central Information Depository in the Aadhaar house, and that information is always verified whenever somebody asks for that one. So many a times, if you have a mobile and which is registered along with your ID number, that is also taken part of your identity. For example, suppose you are trying to log in using your Aadhaar number, a OTP one-time password is sent to you, which is used again as identification for the individual. The question comes next is now that Aadhaar is being given, who can actually get it? Any individual in India, irrespective of age and gender, who is a resident of India and satisfies the verification process laid down by UIDIA can enroll for Aadhaar. So kindly note an important aspect of this Aadhaar. See, if this, here is a card which doesn't impose any restrictions on you. For example, I told you if you want to get an election card, you must be 18 years old. If you want to get a bus pass, then you should belong to a particular school or a institution. Similarly, if you want a driving license, then you have some kind of a age restriction. This one is not like that. Aadhaar is given for any age. In fact, there are news reports which say that Aadhaar is given within 21 or 22 hours of a birth of a child. Each individual needs to enroll only once, which is free of cost. I just already told. Each Aadhaar number will be unique to an individual and will remain valid for life. Aadhaar number will help you provide access to services like banking, mobile, and other connections to you. So now that I have told you what is Aadhaar and how can you get, now we'll talk about the features of Aadhaar. Aadhaar is easily verifiable online cost-effective way. This is one of the fundamental features of Aadhaar. See, all other documents actually you have to physically carry them. For example, if you want to show, I mean, if you verify, submit your verification, I mean, your passport, then you have to physically carry the original document or a photocopy of that which is attested. Aadhaar is not like it is online and cost effective. That means you are not carrying any document with you, which means there is a lot of money saving for the end user. Unique and robust enough to eliminate the large number of duplicate and fake identities in government and private databases. Since it is done online and it uses demographic and biometric data of an individual, so it is very robust and the duplications are theoretically ruled out. A random number generated devoid of any classification based on caste, creed, religion, and geography. So this is also a very important thing. The 12-digit number which is Aadhaar given is a non-intelligent number. That means it doesn't imply anything about the individual who is possessing it. But many a times, like, see, suppose you have a ration card or a passport. By looking at that, actually, you can find out in which when which of this passport office it has been given, on what date it has been given. This kind of information is not contained in any Aadhaar number. It is devoid of that. That means you cannot look at a number and say whether it is that person is she or he, whether he is a South Indian or a North Indian, whether he speaks Hindi or English. This cannot be made out from the given number. So that is one of the remarkable features of Aadhaar. And the purpose of that is it enables identification of every resident in India. That is the fundamental objective of this. And more importantly, it is voluntary service that every resident can avail irrespective of present documentation. See, it is not compulsory or mandatory that you should have Aadhaar card, but the benefits of having that are so immense that people will voluntarily come, and that's the reason it has been made a voluntary option for individual. And it's irrespective of the whatever the card you have. Even if you don't have any identity card, then also you can go for Aadhaar. Even if you already have say passport, a ration card, and a driving license, still you can go for this because the purpose of this is something broader than the other documents. And each individual will be given single unique Aadhaar number. And when we are mentioning what is Aadhaar, we also tell you what Aadhaar is not. It is not just another card. It is not just a card or a piece of a paper or an identification which will not be used regularly. It will be used very regularly. Only one Aadhaar per family. Unlike other ration card and all, it is not for families. It is for individual. Collects profiling information such as caste, religion, and language. No, there is a criticism against Aadhaar database that it will collect some information which will actually attack privacy, I mean, affairs of an individual. No, when other card is being collected, they collect a very minimum information which doesn't include your caste, religion, language, or region. It is not also not mandatory for all people. An individual can obtain multiple Aadhaar documents. That is false. When an individual is given an Aadhaar card, if he makes an attempt to get the second Aadhaar card, there is a process called deduplication, which will ensure that his fingerprints are matched, and then only if there is no duplicate is found, then only it is given to win. And Aadhaar is not also expected to replace all other cards. If you are posting other cards, they will still be valid, but over a period of time, they will be linked to the Aadhaar. Any question at this point of time, Sridhar? Sridhar? Okay, I'll move on. See, one of the fundamental things that you should know about Aadhaar, it is not one product or a solution, it's a platform. So whenever there is a platform, then actually many more activities can be done, and that is was the intention of the Aadhaar is designed bottom up as a platform for both government application as well as for innovative application from diverse developers. It was meant to be designed that way. For example, when Indian government builds large many and highways and national networks, it is not only for the government vehicles, it is also for the private vehicles. Similarly, Aadhaar was built as a government project, but it was intended to be used by other businesses also. Other platform is built on a robust technology that rides on the mobile connectivity and enables ubiquity. So it is not a geographically constrained one. So other platform works throughout India and it also gets connected to mobile as well as for other devices. The other platform provides authentication and eKYC services in respect of over a billion Aadhaar holders on a real-time basis. Say suppose an Indian resident is an Aadhaar card, he can use this Aadhaar card for authentication. For example, he go to assume that he is from Bangalore and he goes to Delhi and you want to submit his personal details, he can always give a Aadhaar card and get it authenticated online without any problem. Similarly, suppose somebody want to go and create a bank account in a very strange or a new place, then the EYC component of that service will ensure that the data that belongs to that individual on the Aadhaar card is passed on to the service provider like bank and he can create an account. Not only this verification service is unprecedented in the world, there comes infinite possibilities of its usage by central and state government agencies and enterprises. So the applications of Aadhaar are infinite. As you can see in the later part of the presentation, students and other entrepreneurs have already started using Aadhaar authentication to create wonderful projects and services. The Aadhaar architecture is a boon for developers. The architecture of Aadhaar makes it easy for enable not only to benefit administration but also fundamental infrastructure for the future of any and all services in the country. Developers can look at building compelling applications that leverage Aadhaar platform so that they can build new enterprises or businesses around that. Some of the key areas that lend themselves to the build products are government benefits, which, for example, we all know that our LPG gas is already connected to Aadhaar. Similarly, many like our income tax services are connected to Aadhaar and other things. Developers can build on identity infrastructure and create application in large areas like uh, education, healthcare, payments, and other things. One of the reason for building Aadhaar was to identify, and the process of identification actually is called authentication. That means, see, suppose you have a Gmail account. So then you go to a Gmail website and you want to log in. At that time, you have to give your email ID and the password. So then it is verified at the Google's Gmail server end. Then you are allowed or not allowed depending on the correctness of what you have given as a password and a user login. So this process of submitting your data, getting it verified, then getting allowed to use a service is called authentication. So Aadhaar card, because it's an identification system or identification infrastructure, it uses authentication as the fundamental activity. So the simple question, what is authentication, is answered by this. Authentication answers the following question. Are you who you are, say you are? Say for example, when you say and you go to Gmail and say I'm so and this is my password. So these are collected during the creation of your account. Now it will check whether you are the same person who is trying to log in, the person who has created this. What you know, for example, in case of Gmail ID or a college email, you know what is your name, password, and use that one. What you have. Similarly, suppose you are using a banking or a financial services, like for example, if you go to ATM, then you are identified to your credit card or debit card. So that means what you have. Similarly, suppose you are an employee of a company like Infosys or Wipro or any other organization, then your entry depends on the card that you swipe at the security gate. What you are. that is in terms of the demographic and biometric information that you have. For example, you belong to a particular place and you are of a particular gender, or if you are particular biometric like a fingerprint and all. So this is the third category. So that means what you know like password, what you have like a credit card, and what you are, that is your personal biometric attributes. The what you are biometric modes captured during the Aadhaar enrollment are fingerprints, iris scans, and face. Of the three modes, fingerprint biometric happens to be the most mature biometric mode. So what Aadhaar does? Aadhaar does simple thing. Aadhaar Authentication Digital, a digital online verification platform to enable residents to prove that their identity for service providers to confirm that the residents are who they say they are. What it means is, suppose you go to bank and say, I'm Mr. So and so, and to create an account. Bank will not trust you, but the moment you give Aadhaar card, they will verify with the database and find out whether it is true or not. So that is what is authentication. How does it happen? See, for example, you go to a particular service provider and give your Aadhaar ID. That is checked 1:1. The moment you do this, your Aadhaar information is matched with your Aadhaar number, and then it is checked in the database. They will check whether this Aadhaar number, has the same name, same address, same age and all. Then that is done. That is 1:1. Only yes and no response is given. See, one of the another fundamental thing that you should know about Aadhaar is when somebody is verifying your data, he will be given answer yes or no. What it means is, see, suppose you go to bank and say that I am so and so and this is my Aadhaar card. What this service provider will do is he will submit your Aadhaar card number and the name that you have told him. So that is actually checked by Aadhaar UID database and it says yes or no. What it means is you submitted me this Aadhaar number and said that his name is so and so, it is correct or it is not correct. So this is one of the fundamental thing because it helps you to hold your privacy intact. That means unless the customer has given the data, the organization will not know it. So when customer is giving it willingly. So that there is no question of privacy violation in this. So authentication services are anytime, anywhere, and any network. What it means is, in India, it can be authentication done by anywhere. For example, it can be done in your school, or it can be done in railway station, or it can be done in a hotel. So it is always there. And you know, Indian government is also already built what is known as attendance system based on the Aadhaar, so that an employee can verify his Aadhaar authentication anywhere in India, and he can work or enter in any office, so provided he has a work to do. So how does it actually happens? See, for example, now somewhere there, Aadhaar holder on the left extreme side, he will submit his data that goes to what is known as Aadhaar user agency, authorized agency. That will go to what is known as a subcontractor. It goes to a Aadhaar server, gets it verified, and come back to you. So this is another picture which shows that Aadhaar holder submits the data and there are devices. For example, if it is only demographic data like your name, address, date of birth, then the keyboard will do that. But suppose it's a biometric data, then you need a biometric device to read it. For example, if it's a fingerprint, then fingerprint devices will read that. If it is iris, an iris reader will read that. So when the authentication process opens, you will get an answer yes or no. What it means, this is the Aadhaar number you submitted, this is the name, that is correct, yes or no. This is the number and this is the fingerprint you submitted, it is not correct. So you will only get yes or no at this point. So what are the devices? POS terminals. That means the way we actually submit our credit card or a debit card in a shopping mall or a hotel, you can actually you submit your Aadhaar card at this POS, that is point of sale services, micro ATM and public distribution system. Diverse uses like mobile or your laptop or your iPad or say your tab. In fact, Samsung, some other companies have come out with a product where actually they enable you iris detection and iris verification on their tabs. So these are the identification. The other authentication is so powerful that many companies or many government organizations already started using. For example, India Post is using, SBI is using, OBC is using. Many institutions have started using because it's very powerful, cost effective. So there are many services which have been, that's I'm going to list. See, for example, providing ration to PDS. Now, actually, I told you there was a lot of leakage because there were many bogus and ghost ration cards that has been avoided because it is authenticated before it is given to him. Or pension payments. There were many occasions where actually the person pensioner has died long back, but since his pension card was available, many other people who have been claiming pensions for years after his death. That was will be avoided. This is Mahatma Gandhi scheme for rural employment. Financial transactions can also use, and many people have been already started using that. Managing attendance, I told you the Indian government has done this so that people will attend, start give their attendance using their Aadhaar identification. The next thing that I have to talk about the Aadhaar architecture and an application. As I told you, Aadhaar is an engineering system. For that reason, it has an architecture. So it's a national level architecture. For that reason, actually, it also has the built-in infrastructure which can be used to develop applications. So Aadhaar has different layers. We know that from computer science background that like OSI layers, there are different in OSI there are 7 layers. So depending on your application, you can write your application to a particular layer and get it connected by the lower and upper layers. Similar, for example, there is a physical layer, there's a data link layer, there is a presentation layer, and so on. So similarly, Aadhaar is built on different layers. So each layer is accessible separately. For example, you can contact the authentication layer, you can contact your eKYC layer, or you can check your e-signature layer, and so on and so forth. And they are all API enabled. That means you can programmatically access them. For example, you can submit an Aadhaar number and write a program to get this number to the UIDIA database, get it verified and come. So this programming is possible because it is you are provided with API. And Aadhaar is also an example of a big data because billions people's data is not a small data. And to implement this, they use what is known as Hadoop and MapReduce. And what is more important is actually Aadhaar is an entrepreneurial system. A billion identifiable people are there in that. Access through API. So this makes programming a very easy job. Makes it a great source for building services, authentication services, and EKY services. In this context, I must tell you something. See, one of the fastest building social network was Facebook, and it took about 8 years to reach a billion people members or the account holders. The next fastest was actually the WhatsApp, which took about 6 years. And you know, the Aadhaar system took just 5 years to enroll a billion people. So this billion people, living people, and with lot many activities or requirement makes a big market or a big opportunity for entrepreneurs. And there are many students and other people who already started developing projects and products for the other platform. For example, look at this. There is a student by Bhavita Lalwani, a computer science student, has developed an 8 mobile applications linking it with Aadhaar. So now people have started seeing the opportunity here and started applying their innovations to this platform. Not another project called Authority, where actually a group of 3 members developed a healthcare application. Aadhaar Box is something like DigiLocker is also developed as a part of a competition hackathon organized by some enterprises. We also have True Identity, which helps a college or an institution to establish the credential of a student when he is writing an examination or availing a library book. So now the Indian government has also made it compulsory that all the matrimonial websites should use Aadhaar card during the registration process of a person interested using the matrimonial services like looking for a bride or looking for a groom. Next thing that I should be talking is other software components. That means Aadhaar, I told you, is a software product which is built on a robust hardware. Now let me list them. The first one is enrollment application, which is helps the Aadhaar to make registration with a person. Make a person a registration by sharing his information and putting that information back to the database and allowing the authentication to be done for that person as and when. The second one is authentication application. Whatever that data that is stored in Aadhaar must be authenticated. The second component does that. Third one is fraud detection. For example, if somebody is trying to create a second card, or somebody is trying to create a card with wrong information, all these kind of things are taken care by the third. And there are many other components like administrative application provides user management analytics, saying that how many people have registered for Aadhaar today, what is the status of application process. All this are given by this components. We all know that any information system has a risk. We see that Google website is hacked, Facebook site is hacked, and all. So it's likely that even Aadhaar will face that problem. So in order to overcome, they have built a very strong security systems, encryption system. Aadhaar, although being a great project, has faced. So, for example, given the sensitive data being held, contracts should have been awarded only to Indian vendors, but does not seem to be the case. See, one of the components they used was called MapReduce algorithm by a private company, and the question was that why is that Aadhaar is allowing a foreign company to store the data of Indians in that? Now that criticism has been answered very well because now they have seems to be building their own data. So the conclusion is Aadhaar is a national digital identity infrastructure. It provides mechanism to verify a resident's attributes electronically and online. It is used for government services and delivery. Enterprises can build innovative and applications on it. So this is a wonderful, the opportunity for both academicians as well as for entrepreneurs to take advantage of Aadhaar. In one of my future presentation, I'll be talking about what are the research avenues available for anybody interested in Aadhaar platform research opportunities. So here, what I conclude with this, and if you want to contact me, here is my email ID. Sridhar, Sridhar, so I have just concluded, and if there are any questions, I will try to answer them. Yes. See, Aadhaar will be given to all. I told you there are instances where actually Aadhaar authorities have gone, enrollment authorities have gone to hospital and given an Aadhaar card to a newly born kid within 24 hours of its birth. So, but see, since Aadhaar actually takes your biometric and iris information, and these things are not actually completely formed in children. So, what they normally do is actually they will give an Aadhaar card to a person who is just born or a kid, but they get is connected to their parents. So when the kid becomes 5 years old, then they will take their fingerprints, and when becomes older, they will take iris. So there is a provision for register getting an Aadhaar card every time. I mean anytime. So what I recommend is actually if you have a kid who has not taken Aadhaar card, it is a time to take. Now they will collect only the demographic information and fingerprints and all they will take when the kid starts attending the school. Yeah. Yes, Sridhar. Okay. Okay, sir.